Okay, it's currently 9:55 at night, but I couldn't sleep because I felt the need to talk about this. So TDS updated itself. I honestly hope I can be heard properly. And the answer is yes. Yes, I can. I just have to be close to my microphone. So Medic, Brawler, and Minigunner, including Golden Minigunner, all got reworks. And while I don't care about normal Minigunner, I do actually happen to care a lot about Brawler. Because something happened with Brawler that I wasn't exactly the most pleased about. And apparently, if we go into the sandbox mode, we should figure it out. So all these towers got somewhat stat changes. Golden Minigunner got buffed finally, which it is needed. It needs to be returned to its old glory because it actually used to be viable as a golden tower and as a good DPS option. Also, sorry if like my voice cuts out or goes from being like really close to being really far. Honestly, I'm recording this pretty late at night. I'm tired, and I don't want to make a lot of noise because, of course, I don't. So first off, Medic got buffed, which it was honestly needed. Okay, how do I get this off my screen? I've never played admin mode. Okay, can you see? Okay, there we go. So first off, Medic overall has received a large buff, getting every single detection in the game, faster fire rate, more range, which is handy, and better damage, along with having a much more cost-efficient level upgrade, which it is honestly needed. I still think this tower needs a bit of a rework for its overall look, but other than that, it looks fine. Next up, we move into Brawler, which actually I will get to in a second. So we move into Golden Minigunner, who has overall received not too much of a difference other than the fact that the rev time never changes anymore. Also, the damage has overall been somewhat nerfed in some areas, and most importantly, its range has finally been returned to the 20 digits, which it used to have, with an attack rate of 0.1, which is still a little slower than its old 0.08, but it is still good enough, and I see this as viable. All it needs is its lead detection back, and it will be very good. Now we move finally into Brawler, with the biggest problem I have. Not the fact that it now just overall attacks more frequently, meaning that spamming a bunch of level 1s is actually level 0s is overall very viable when it comes to dealing with enemies. It's much nicer to be able to just spam them, but my problem doesn't stem from Brawler having a faster attack rate or a damage nerf. It comes from this. If you've played TDS prior to Brawler getting nerfed, and when it first got added, it used to have hidden detection, making it extremely broken for game modes like Hardcore and so on. Brawler has received its hidden detection and is now broken again. It was overall in a very viable state, where originally, sorry, I'm messing up the keybinds here, where originally it used to not be able to see and detect hiddens, which I thought was okay because Brawler was broken because of that. As a result, that didn't spawn. Okay, Cold Mists are broken. Okay, well, there's some hiddens. As a result, oh, they're getting struck by Minigunner. Whoops. Let me just... Okay, it turns out those are broken. That's really inconvenient, actually, for me trying to record this. So it used to be that at all levels, Brawler never had hidden detection, but in turn could deal up to 400 DPS just constantly. Now, however, it does have hidden detection, so if we move Brawler very casually all the way over here, my problem now is that, once again, it is stupidly broken. Brawler is, yes, it is supposed to be an early game tower, but I overall don't like the fact that it gets hidden detection again, because this is what made it so overpowered. On top of being stun immune and having lead, which is already really powerful, especially the stun immunity, having it have hidden detection again just makes it even more busted. And especially this is because hiddens are not really a problem. They can be dealt with by practically anything else. Meaning that in the instance of Brawler, just imagine these are like max levels. Okay, just like imagine these are max levels for me here. In the case of Brawler, it used to be more like, you know, You know, hidden enemies could get by, but then other enemies would then be dealt with. Okay, did not mean to spawn that in. Of course, hiddens are an absolute joke half the time. And as a result, by the time they honestly become a problem, like with the fallen summoner, let's get a defense going here. We'll just spam. And here we'll sell you. Put you in the middle, just because we want to make it look like a legitimate defense. Okay, so then originally, when it came to enemies, like hiddens weren't ever really a problem up until the late game. You know, where like stuff like the fallen summoner would come in, and then the max level brawlers would, you know, they would destroy. I can actually max these guys now because this guy doesn't go hidden instantly. So it essentially just used to be the case where Brawler could just, you know, it could knock an enemy into its hidden, and then it would stop, because, you know, hiddens are hardly a problem. And in the case of the Fallen Summoner, it's not that difficult, honestly. I mean, if you have problems with this, it's a skill issue. But now as you saw, if I just like get rid of my entire defense here, I mean, I've already proven my point, but, you know, let's just, you know, we'll move the Fallen Summoner. We'll move the Brawlers around a little. Now it comes to the point where they're absolutely busted, and they also still have their old attack rate. It also then means now that Brawler has essentially become absolutely brokenly powerful when it comes to just everything now. And this thing is brokenly viable now, which is again why I had its hidden detection removed, because it was so busted that it needed a slight nerf. I think Brawler was fine in its original state, because honestly, why wouldn't I think that? I mean, it was fine. You know what? It did like 400 DPS because it attacks twice of 100, and then its final hit did 200. That was like 400 damage in like a single hit, and like 3 hits actually. Throw in its reposition, which did 200 AoE, and it was extremely viable. It was stun immune, it was overall decently cost efficient, but now has its hidden detection back, and if anything better than its older variant. It's arguably cheaper, I think, and it still does a ton of damage. So I honestly think that the hidden detection is a little overkill. That or Brawler just needs an overall stat change, because I mean this is really busted. Brawler is extremely viable at this point, and I do think that the hidden detection being re-added, while it is nice, it just makes it really overpowered. Again, this is why it was nerfed. This is why it had hidden detection removed, yet was given a huge damage increase, because it needed it. Again, in the case like Fallen Summoner, normally the normal Brawlers would do fine, they would destroy, and then any backup defense that you had could just handle it, because hidden detections are, I mean, let's be real here, hiddens are a joke. Like, they're just for the gimmick of it, they're not, like, actually threatening. It's like, by the time you had a solid defense, whether it was whatever, you know, accelerators, I mean, you could have military base and just bomb the crap out of it. Like, honestly, it wasn't a problem. Honestly, it feels weird having Brawler have its hidden detection again, because it makes it so bustedly strong. It's kind of like in the case of Ranger, where, like, people complain it doesn't have hidden detection, but that's what makes it balanced. Brawler just feels unbalanced now. It's like, it's kind of like in its old variant, but now just stronger. Because again, it's just like, you know, this time, the Fallen Summoner, who would normally just, you know, be a basic, just gets mutilated. Like, it just gets, oh, and that happens too still. That hasn't been fixed. But it just gets annihilated. It's like, between all the hidden detection, having Brawler having its hidden detection removed was fine. It made it balanced. Brawler was like a tank unit where it just did a ton of damage and was just stun immune. And that was fine, but now it has its hidden detection back, and now I just think it's broken. Like, now it's just bustedly strong. I do appreciate Golden Minigunner though. If you could give Golden Minigunner its lead detection so it actually was viable again for hardcore, that'd be nice. Because, you know, it's a golden tower, it's supposed to be good. But whatever, I just feel like by this point Brawler is like the top of, again, it's like top 3 towers because of its hidden detection. Again, it's just like for the early game, like let's just sell all these. Upgrade that one too much. Like, okay, like now it's just really overpowered. Like you can have your Fallen Soul spam and it just cleans it up, dude, when you just spam 6 of them. Like, how would these fare against... Okay, let's see. So in the instance of a duo... Let me get rid of some golden minigunners too, because they're like not helping out. Okay, let's just see then. This is normally what you have. You normally have like 3 brawlers level 1 and like, no, level 0. And like a couple level 0s to deal with a Fallen Squire in a duo Fallen. Let's see how well it does. The answer? Well, I mean, to be fair, the golden minigunners didn't help. Okay, let's just like... Like, look at this. That is already overpowered. Give it a couple more waves, okay? Another one shows up. This was the point of Brawler, was to be like this. Just, like, absolutely destroying. But now, if you get them, like, 2 or 3 of them upgraded, I don't know, for like a duo Fallen, then you have, you know, your Fallen Squire, and then a bit of a, you know, like a Fallen Soul spam. Now Brawler just helps clean it up. Now, to be fair, my brawler placement is terrible. But, like, say you do place it on, like, a curve. Also, reposition damage. Oh, whoops, I upgraded that too much. I should probably reiterate this, too, that the reposition damage at level 3 does no damage. We'll just demonstrate it with the Fallen Guardian. So you now unlock reposition, but if I go here, as you can see, no damage is applied. Brawler is, thankfully it does that. Has an AoE stun rate is around 10 seconds. But other than that, yeah. So I think Brawler getting its hidden detection is kind of like an appealment to the community, because they were all just like complaining about it, that Brawler wasn't that didn't have its hidden detection and now it was completely ruined. It was fine if you knew how to use it, which, let's be honest, most people only used it for like the hidden detection. Most people did not know how to use this tower properly. Like, you know, most people didn't spam its like its reposition ability. But now at this point, it's like Brawler has just become just insane. And I mean that too, about the okay, why can't I spawn some of these? Let's see, let's get a spam or something, like a bunch of rushers. Okay, it was always overpowered, the fact that you could like do this with it and then just shred hordes. And we'll just spawn in the Fallen King real fast, just so I can prove our point. I mean, you used to be able to, like, what I call carousel. Where basically, like, every couple seconds, like every 3 seconds or so, you would just, like, you know, move in our Brawler. So in that way, you would, like, always have another Brawler, like, at the ready. Like, you used to be able to carousel it, but now it's just, dude, it's so freaking overpowered with its hidden detection now. It's like, that's what makes it kind of annoying. And I thought it not having hidden detection was, like, arguably better. Because then, again, like, hiddens are, like, they're really just easy to clean up. Like all you need is, like, 1 tower of hidden detection because they're a joke. Okay, they're a joke. Hiddens are a complete and utter joke. Like, unless if it's, like, Badlands early game where they're a little threatening, it's like they're a complete joke. Like, most stuff can deal with it. Like, even that, like, by the time most hiddens show up, you'll have, like, a couple towers with hidden detection. That one's a little upgraded, a little too far upgraded, but, you know, you'll have a couple towers with hidden detection, so it's like, you don't have to worry about it. But now it's just like, bruh, It has hidden detection back, whatever. This is probably a controversial vid, but like, I just wanted to bring this up. Brawler's like just really overpowered. I kind of don't like it. It just feels like it's appealing to what the community wanted, which is Brawler to be returned to its normal, its old overpowered state, which is why it got nerfed in the first place. It would have been like if Old Pursuit got its hidden detection back when it got it removed. It's like, it's busted. There's a reason it got removed. It was to help balance out the game. Now that balancing has been complete and utterly destroyed. I guess in favor because the community just, I don't know. Whatever the community thinks. Also, Golden Minigunner is back to being in its normal, good variant, finally. Spam the medics. Also, apparently medics' healing timer got reduced. Yeah, no, it's 20 seconds now. Nice. So you can spam them. Easier to counter stun immunities, which is, I guess it's kind of meta breaking. It's not really full meta breaking. Because it's like, you know, it's just medic. But like, you know, the ability to be able to cleanse towers pretty fast is part of my, it's like the bane of my, not really the bane of my existence, but I was arguing with a lot of people that, you know, you know, certain towers that are stun immune are better now, but it's alright. So, yeah, there you have it. So, you know what? It's really late upon me recording this. I don't care if this is a bit of a rant, honestly. I feel like they kind of just, like, you know, Brawler's a little, like, it's not going to get reverted because of my video, but it's just, it's so overpowered. Like, hiddens are such a joke. It's like, why'd you have to give it its hidden detection back? It was unnecessary. It was fine. Like I said, like, the worst of the hidden enemies that you're going to see is, like, a fallen summoner, and that's it. And even then, it's so late in the game that you'll normally have, like, an army of hidden detection going, so just having Brawler have it is just like, oh my gosh. Yes, it does make it more viable for the early game, but Brawler was like, already viable. Hiddens come out wave 10 in Fallen, and I mean, they come out a little later in other game modes. Or the earlier, sorry, not later. But even then still, dude, like, it was really easy to get any other hidden detection. Like, you had options, but now Brawler just makes it absolutely friggin' overpowered. Like, look at this, dude. It's just hardly a threat. Just like if you want a really broken loadout to solo stuff with, I'll give you a really broken loadout to solo stuff with. Because guess what? Now you don't have to worry about hidden detection anymore, which again makes it an absolute joke. Since like Brawler can just handle everything. Here's a loadout for you. I'll keep it low, somewhat low level too. Let's see. Grab Ranger. Grab DJ. Grab Farm. And then let's see, what else is there? I don't know, you could use Turret if you want. You could use normal minigunner, which has no placement limit, which is really handy actually. And then there you go, you have a very overpowered loadout. Normal minigunner, Brawler, because, you know, it just tracks hiddens, extra hidden detection, no hidden detection but big damage, support, money. Easy, done. It's like, gosh, it's so freaking busted now, but oh well. Alright, that's all for this video. It's like 10:14, and I should probably be in bed, but honestly, I wasn't going to be able to get this. I needed to get this published. It was just like, I personally just don't like that they re-added it. It makes it feel really strong. Yes, of course I'm going to abuse it, because why wouldn't I? It's convenient. And make sure you do your nightly gambling, kids. It's totally, completely healthy. Something like that, I guess. I don't know. I got a revive ticket, which I'm pretty sure means nothing because they're still broken. But honestly, Brawler's just like really broken. Like pair it with something like Rocketeer and you just have like an overpowered loadout, I guess. I don't know. I just love Rocketeer. It's so freaking powerful. Underrated. Some people just don't understand the power of this thing. But yeah, that's all. Brawler used to be plenty balanced, I thought, and now it's absolutely broken. It is completely, totally in its original broken state. where it's just like really overpowered. Like all like it's just really overpowered now. And honestly, like they could change the pricing as much as they want, but like having it have hidden detection is just really busted. Anyway, I really appreciate the medic changes. They're super handy. Medic has been a terrible tower, and please keep bringing Golden Minigunner back up to the normal standards that it used to be, where it was genuinely a viable DPS option, but became worse because it, got absolutely destroyed by nerfs. Alright, that's all. Good night.